When I was in Brazil, I was given a very fancy violin to play for 5 or 6 years. It was a very expensive instrument made by a guy called Guadagnini. Those instruments nowadays are selling for over $1 million. So when I came to this country, I gave up that instrument because of insurance reasons, and it started my, let's call it a journey through trying to find a better instrument, always. So over 10 years, I went through 8 violins, and it's not as fun as going through 8 cars in 10 years. It's not very fun at all, because you really can't afford. If you know a Strad nowadays sells for $3.5 million, you know the orchestra player cannot afford something like this. So it was a long journey. I went through so many instruments. I went first new violins made today, but my experience is they suffer with the weather change. The wood is not seasoned yet. So sometimes the weather here in Washington is not always the same. So when I decided to look for something more expensive, I had saved enough money, so I found a violin by this maker called Jean-Baptiste Vuillaume. It's made in Paris. This one is made in 1873. Vuillaume was the greatest violin maker of the 19th century. I like Vuillaumes because they are very similar to a Strad in a certain way. The size, the quality of sound, I like them.